Whew. Man, the lighting is here. The lighting is terrible. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Better? Yeah, a lot better. Alright. Make a couple adjustments here. And try to get things to a point where it's manageable. Yep, right there. Yep, that one right there. Yeah. Alright guys, let's talk about last week. Alright guys, so I promise not to take too long to talk about this, but I just wanted to make a video kind of discussing why I haven't been very productive, especially this last week. And this last week, man, I'm not even gonna lie to you, it was just tough. It was tough to stay focused. It was tough to get any work done. You know, it was tough. I think I really just wanted to spend a lot of time focusing on the art, because the art is that's my coping mechanism. That's how I cope with the insanity that's going on. When things get crazy, I create art. When things don't make sense and I make sense of it in a way, I create some art. I express myself through my art. So I didn't really want to create a lot of videos. I did the unboxing video for May. I was able to get my energy up just for long enough to make that a decent video. And even then, I was so absent-minded, I messed up and deleted one of the drawing clips. That's why it kind of started in the middle of me already working when I went to the part where I was working on the art. I think honestly, guys, it's hard sometimes. It's hard to focus. It's hard to deal with this because it's like a repeating cycle. I'm an old man, so I've seen this before. The first time I noticed some stuff, first time I not noticed, but the first time I saw some stuff like this, it was in the early 80s when Philadelphia police decided they wanted to bomb some blocks because some guys, I believe that they felt were either Black Panthers or threats to the community or their perceived threats. They decided to bomb their homes and ended up killing like 16, 17 or even more people. I can't remember the exact incident, but that was like one of the first vivid memories I had of these types of situations, of this type of brutality. Fast forward, everything from Rodney King to being profiled for gangs, even though we weren't in the gang, we just, all of these things, it builds up after a while. And then you see a situation and you're just like, wow, they're just blazing with it now. They don't care. They have moved to a point where I would say, at least in the old days, they wouldn't beat you in the full view of everybody. It's a famous scene at House Party where full force got taken by the cops, and they would just take them to the docks or something and then kick their butts. And then we were making light of it, but it was a real situation. At least then the crooked cops wouldn't beat you in broad daylight. But now they don't care. they don't even care anymore. And then you have people like Central Park Karen. She weaponizes it. So, you know, it's one of those things. And, I've spoken this before on the channel with the Terrence Kutcher situation. you've seen some of my comic strips, especially my Just My Thoughts series, where that's where I dump a lot of my more social and political minded issues into my thoughts into there, because those thoughts, they stay with me. They're on my head all the time. So this week I did a bunch of client work. I just extra focused on that, and then I focused on some creator-owned ideas that I had. One in particular that was really weighing on my spirit, because I figured it was a very appropriate idea for the time. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably already seen the image of Janelle Sky Jackson from Renegade Frontier, and the idea of that story just came, I would say probably about 2018. I was thinking about it where I was just really fed up, and I was just like, well, you know what, it doesn't seem like anybody wants to listen, so what if we just got up in a spaceship and left? And it was actually inspired by a show from HBO called Cosmic Slop. I believe that was it. It was like the early 80s, and they had an episode. It starred Robert Guillaume, where they were talking about aliens had come to Earth, and they said, we want all the black people. And the government basically decided that, hey, it was a worthwhile exchange. So my idea was, well, what if we voluntarily left? What if a guy, Elon Musk type, created a spaceship, an ark, so to speak, that took us away? And what would happen? What would that be like? And that's the great thing about the medium that we work in, science fiction, action, adventure. You get to explore those ideas and really see what it's all about. So that's something I'm going to explore a little bit more. You'll see posts every Saturday, kind of expanding upon the story and just kind of going from there. As far as the rioting and things are concerned, it's a lot of mixed emotions, because I've seen when the riots took off in Ferguson. It was different. This is different. The people that are involved in this situation, they don't seem to be as concerned with the cause as we are. They just seem more concerned with destroying things. In fact, it seems like the people out protesting are spending more time keeping these strangers, outsiders, from doing things counterproductive than they are from actually letting their voice be heard. So, heard a lot of different stories, different explanations. I have my own thought processes, I have my own thoughts, so we'll see how that goes. But to the brothers and sisters that are out there, that are actually protesting, please be careful, please be aware. On top of that, we, especially in St. Louis, we know the tactics that are used by some of the police, some of those in the police department. Got to be vigilant about that. Yeah, it's just it's a rough time, man. A lot of hard decisions are going to have to be made. I'm going to have to figure out what to do with the studio on the south side, and that's mainly because I no longer work in the city anymore. That proximity to the studio, that close proximity, isn't there. So I spend most of my time on the north looking for alternative ideas. I can say that. So going to have to make a decision soon on that. Going to have to make a decision soon on a lot of things. On a good note, a lot of opportunities are opening up, so I got to stay focused and keep creating. And of course, we want to keep creating content for the channel, and we'll get back to it. Just forgive me, guys. I just haven't really been in that creative sphere to create YouTube videos as well as do all the other stuff I've been doing. I've been more focused on creating art and just unleashing that anger and rage that I have. What I would say is keep following me on social media, keep following the videos, and support black businesses, man. Support black business. You know, I don't have a 9-to-5 anymore. Actually, one of the first things I did after I lost my job was I went on and turned the studio, secured the studio's LLC from the state. So articles of organization and all that type of stuff. So it's really becoming a full-on business. Support black businesses. Support me, obviously, if you can. People always asking, how can I support you, Dave? How can I support you? Well, purchase art. If you want to see something you like, you want to decorate your wall with it, order it. Get it from me. Get a print. If you like KWAME HIGHTOWER and you want more people to know about it, buy some books and give it to some underprivileged kids. Let them read it, because that's how it begins. More people have to read. If you got the book, you know, maybe you want to get 2, 3, and then give it to some kids at the church, local church, or the local charity. I don't know. Got merch on the website. The Patreon is up. You always support through the Patreon. I'm full time with it, baby. So I do need you guys' help as far as that's concerned. And then of course, if nothing else, man, just like and share the video. The likes really help. They actually do affect rankings and all that type of stuff. And watching the videos really helps, so definitely do that. All of that helps. If you can, please support. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna call it for the rest of the day. Probably do a little work. Gotta edit this video, of course. On that note, I'm out. Peace.